All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back with the Wednesday, December 13th NHL Quick Hit Edition here for this 5-game NHL slate tonight on tap. If you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here right on the SHIPIT Nation channel, bringing you these videos on every slate that's 4 games or more here for you. As always, all my final content, slate plan, core plays will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers on the website. If you are not a member yet, head over to shipitnation.com and click on join now, select your package, get in the Discord, get all of our premium content for all sports for one low price of $69.99 per month. Cheapest all-in rate in the industry. Without further ado, let's jump right in. My first stack I'm going to talk about here today on this slate is going right back to the well with these Pittsburgh Penguins. Liked them a lot last night against this Arizona here. They are on a back-to-back with travel, which is a little scary here, but I liked Pittsburgh to right the ship last night. They definitely did. I think they come back here against Montreal and keep the momentum rolling here, even though it is on a back-to-back here. Really like Pittsburgh in this spot. Montreal on home ice, super leaky. They give up the most expected goals in the league on average at almost 4 goals against. They give up the second most high danger chances. Their penalty kills sub 75%. So I really like this top power play. I really like all these Penguins here. Sidney Crosby, Jake Guentzel, Evgeny Malkin, Riley Smith, and Puustinen here. That second line is very nice here. I really like that second line. I think people flock more towards that line one. Obviously, after Jake Guentzel exploded for 30+ last night, Erik Karlsson, nice D-men play at 5,500, so I really like that. And then Valtteri Puustinen here, super cheap, top power play, second line, 2.6K. He's my favorite value play in the whole slate. Chris Letang at 4.6K has a very nice price point. He's good. Riley Smith at sub 4K. He's a great value. Lars Eller has a third line option down there. I'll talk about him in the value section, but he's another great value. So really like Pittsburgh here in this spot. Pittsburgh, one of my favorite stacks of the night here. 2 other stacks I'll talk about. Obviously, only five games here, so I'm going to try and keep this pretty limited here. Don't want to name everyone, obviously, but it's going to be these New York Islanders here on home ice against Anaheim. New York should handle these guys pretty easily here. Anders Lee at 3.9K is way too cheap. He's leading this team in shots per goal, shots on goal over the last 5, 3.9K, super cheap for him. Noah Dobson as a spend-up demon, I think is pretty contrarian on this play or on this slate. 7K flat, but he's one of the best D-men plays on the whole slate here. Matthew Barzal, 6.7K. I like this top line a lot with Anders Lee, Bo Horvat, and Barzal. But don't sleep on the second line. I think this second line is my preference here, actually, with Brock Nelson, Engvall, and Kyle Palmieri here. They should be a little bit lower owned than that top line. But nonetheless, I really like these top 2 lines. My preference, again, New York Islanders 2 here in this spot. Really like them in this one. And then let's talk about the last team that I have interest in here. It's going to be the chalk of the slate. It's Colorado here at home against Buffalo. We know the drill with Buffalo. Very leaky on the road here. Avs, the heaviest favorite on the slate. 6.5 is the total in this one. They're implied to score over 4 goals. I mean, the usual suspects are always in play. Mikko Rantanen coming off a massive game 2 nights ago against Calgary where he scored a goal, had 2 assists and 8 shots on net, played 26 minutes. Can go right back to the well with him. Nathan McKinnon has the most upside on this slate. Obviously, you can always play him. Cale Makar has the most upside at the D position here. Don't love it a ton at 8K, but obviously got to keep him in play. Valeri Nichushkin is just continues to stay consistent. He's 6.2K. His price doesn't move at all, and he's heavily involved on this top line, top power play, so I really like that. Looking at some value plays, you can jump down to this third line with Ross Colton, Logan O'Connor, and Miles Wood. This third line's actually been very active here, so I do like this third line as a value stack here. When people go to Colorado, I think they're going to the big dogs, Rantanen, Nichushkin, and McKinnon here. I like grabbing this third line here as some value. Miles Wood, O'Connor, and Ross Colton all make some sense here for me. Let's jump into some values at each position, starting with the center position. Two value centers here from the same team. Islanders, really like Islanders here at home against Anaheim here. It is only 6 over under, but not really worried about that. First guy for New York, Casey Cizikas here. He's a fourth liner. He's going to play 14 to 15 minutes likely. 2.7K. He's been very, very good. He's averaging almost 8 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. So I do like that that play there. And then another guy, probably my preferred value guy here, is Jean-Gabriel Pageau here. Third liner, second power play time. He's got great history against Anaheim here. I really like JPG here, or JGP here, Jean-Gabriel Pageau in this spot. But both of those guys, 2,700, 2,800 in a matchup where I do like the Islanders. I think both of them make a lot of sense here. Going back to the Avs, I already talked about that third line, right? Miles Wood, Logan O'Connor, Ross Colton. So Ross Colton, 3.9K at the center position. He's playing great hockey this year. I think you can jump right back on the well with him. And then the last guy, going back to Pittsburgh here, Lars Eller, 2.8K, another punt value guy, third liner, second power play time. Lars Eller rounds out my value centers on the slate. Jumping into some value wings here. First guy, don't really like the Ducks much here, but Alex Killorn, hard to ignore what this guy's been doing. He's 4K flat, getting top power play time, playing over 20 minutes at 4K. Hard to ignore that. He's averaging over 12 DraftKings points per game. So as a one-off, I don't hate a guy like Alex Killorn here in this spot. On the other side of that game, Anders Lee, already brought up Anders Lee here. Really like that. The spot for Anders Lee skating next to Horvat and Barzal on that top line, getting power play time as well. He's averaging nearly 12 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. So Anders Lee, 3.9K. Excellent value play on this slate. Going back to Colorado here, Miles Wood, 3.2K. Already talked about liking him. I like that third line for Colorado as a value piece here. Highest implied team total on the slate. So I really like that. And then the last guy, Pierre Engvall here. Really like the second line for the Islanders with Brock Nelson, Kyle Palmieri, and Pierre Engvall here. Engvall has been very, very good over the last week. He's averaging over 2.5 shots on net per game, and he's 3K flat. So I really like that price point there. Jumping into some value D-men here. First value D-man I'm going to bring up is Alexander Romanov here, 3.8K. He's playing over 24 minutes. He's getting a ton of ice time. He's blocking shots. He's shooting the puck. He's probably my favorite value D-man on the whole slate here. Gets the best matchup for D-men on the slate. Anaheim ranks 29th in the NHL against D-men in terms of fantasy scoring against. So Alexander Romanov, really like that play. Going back to Colorado here, a guy that continues to stay consistent, Josh Manson here. 3,300 for him. Again, Buffalo's kind of middle of the pack against D-men here, but Colorado, highest implied team total on the slate. Expect a ton of goals in this one, and Josh Manson's averaging over 2 shots on goal per game over the last 5, averaging over a block as well. So he's picking up some ancillary scoring pieces, and then he's also playing close to 20 minutes as well at 3.3K. So I do like that. Going back to the Islanders here, again, the Islanders, obviously fantastic matchup here against the Ducks, especially the D-men. So Mike Riley, 3.4K. If you can't get all the way up to Romanov here, Mike Riley, I do think is an interesting play. He doesn't play a ton of minutes, but he's averaging nearly 3 shots on goal. So he's a little bit more offensive focused than Alex Romanov is here. And then the last guy, going to the Boston, New Jersey game, where I prefer, or I typically think this game's going to play under. I think this is more of a defensive focused game. Both these squads are pretty solid, but Kevin Shattenkirk at 3.1K, getting top power play time for Boston here. Hard to ignore that spot at 3.1K for Kevin Shattenkirk. And New Jersey ranks 28th in the league against D-men. So Kevin Shattenkirk, excellent value play on this slate from the D position from the Boston Bruins. In terms of goalies on this slate, first goalie I have interest in here is my favorite spend-up goalie is Semyon Varlamov here at home against Anaheim. Again, I like Islanders to win this game. Varlamov's been good, 8.3K. Varley is my favorite spend-up goalie. Going out to the late-night hammer game here, I'm going with Cam Talbot at 8,100 over Hellebuck. In this game, I just give the edge to the Kings. They haven't played in a couple of days. Winnipeg's coming on a back-to-back here. Cam Talbot, Kings are rested. I do like the Kings as a late-night hammer. If I had to pick a fourth team, it'd probably be these Kings, just because Winnipeg's coming to town on a back-to-back with travel here. So I really like the Kings. Cam Talbot, 8,100. Think he's a fine play And then my favorite cheaper goalie is going to be Alex Nedeljkovic here. I probably butchered that name, but it's the Pittsburgh goalie here. Alex Ned is what I'm going to call him, 7.8K for him. Pittsburgh is on a back-to-back here, but man, they should be able to keep the momentum rolling here against Montreal. He's going to start 7.8K. If I'm spending down, that's where I'm going. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit for this 5-game slate. As always, my final content, slate play and core plays, will be live for premium subscribers. If you're not a member yet, head over to shipitnation.com. Click on join now. Select your package, 6-month, weekly package, monthly, or the annual package. With the weekly package, you don't get access to the Discord, so I do heavily suggest going to one of the other packages. Best Discord community in the industry. Cheapest all-in rate, best bang for your buck. We have plenty of winners. If you go over to our X or Twitter, if you want to call it, you see all the winners. We constantly post giveaways, things like that on there. So if not, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. We appreciate you, everyone, tuning in here. But for myself, Nadesify, I'm going to get on out of here. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those Ship It Nation logos at the top. Let's ship it.